There's typically always going to be someone better, hotter, thinner, and more credentials than you. Like in every specialty, unless you've carved like a niche that no one's heard of, that's going to be the case. So I don't want you worrying about that. It's more of, I am made unique. You can't disagree with me on that, right? Just like you can't disagree under a microscope that each snowflake is different. They might look the same in some cases on the outside, but under closer inspection, they are all greatly different. And so that is the same with you. You need to do a closer inspection at yourself. It's fascinating. People who are different are fascinating. And if you're listening to this show, you're different, and you know you are. Let's get one thing straight. Blending in is broke energy. And in a world where everyone is mimicking each other on Instagram and regurgitating the same tired scripts, the fastest way to go invisible is to play it safe and be basic. And you're not a basic bitch, okay? Because you wouldn't be listening to this show. You're here because you want to be top of mind. The name your dream clients think of first, the face they trust, the brand they pay, and gladly. So in this episode, I'm spilling the millionaire level personal branding secrets that no one is teaching, the ones that cut through the noise, build obsession worthy authority, and actually get you paid for being you. And if you've ever wondered how some people command premium prices without changing, without shrinking, without like being manipulative, where they look like they're having so much fun doing it and it seems to come across so effortlessly and like people can't seem to get enough of them, this is the episode that is going to unveil it all for you. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to make it be your turn to have a profitable brand and be a magnet for money simply for being you. What up, my people, my posse, my fellow crazies? It's your host, Tiffany Carter, and this is the show that is going to help you grow your business, your bank account, that big, beautiful brain of yours, your abundance, your relationships, and everything in between. Well, right now, I am also live on TikTok, which is rare. I only do that when I feel really called. I think I've only been live on TikTok 6 times. But even though that's not what this episode is about, I do want to throw in like a hot tip that you need to listen to right off the bat. And that is on social platforms. If you are being targeted, if it is being suggested to you repeatedly to try a feature, to use a feature, to do something, don't keep ignoring it. Because if you keep ignoring it, it will punish you for it. And so on TikTok, I'm talking like maybe even every 10th like flick, to the next video, it would be inviting me to their special live program. Because when I do go live in the past, my lives always end up being like in the popular live category. Like even right now that I'm live, even though the number of people in my live doesn't seem like very much, I'm in the top 99% of all lives in the world. So it's all relative. And so TikTok's like, okay, she obviously does good live because it bases it on people like tapping the crap out of the screen, sharing the live with someone else, commenting on the live. And I get a lot of engagements on my live because I actually like talk to the people like a normal person. Like I'm not talking at people, I'm talking with people like I do here on the show. And it's saying, okay, she's going to be good live. Then we can get her live. Then we can get this bitch locked into TikTok shop. And now she's going to really probably be amazing as a TikTok shop live creator and make us a lot of money because we don't have enough people who go live regularly on this app, which they don't. If you think about when you scroll the app, it's pretty light on the amount of people who are live. Like you see pretty much the same kind of similar people that go live. And so anywhere that is not saturated as much on an app and you start doing it, you're going to see growth from it. And I know that, but I definitely am being punished for it by TikTok. And I've learned my lesson. And I had a friend who is an influencer who has been invited to several times to TikTok LA headquarters. And that is one of the biggest pieces of advice that was given is that. And if they're doing that on TikTok, that's happening on other platforms. So it also keeps targeting me to do TikTok shop, but I am going to interview someone for the podcast on TikTok shop specifically who I can vouch for before I do it. Cause there's some things, if you do it, it could hurt your views on one account and what's better. Should you start a separate account? I want to get all the questions answered like Virgo Tiff style. So then you guys will have all the questions answered. Cause I do think that is a revenue stream where you get in on it right now, you can make a fortune. I mean, even if you made $5,000 additional a month for that, even $2,000, like, why wouldn't you do it? You know, as long as we use like my strategy and my emotional based sales techniques to make sure you're not sitting there just having to pump out tons and tons of content and hours of time, which is one of the things that, you know, I want to talk about in this episode with you on being able to make money simply for being you. And how do these people do it? Because I know that when you're scrolling and your favorite creators, I mean, hopefully I am one. But like influencers, entertainment creators, different people, you're like, how is this person making this money? So you see people who have like brand deals. So you're like the makeup influencers. There's like, okay, I get that. Or you see like the clothing people, like, oh, I can see like, you know, they're very fashionable and they're cute and da da da, and they have all this. But like, how do the rest of us, how do the land of the misfit toys, how do those of us who are not 20 years old that look like supermodels, how do those of us who maybe don't have some like miraculous, insane talent, how do we make money for being ourselves online? Because isn't that the ultimate flex? To be able to know that I get highly paid simply for being me, not a mask version of you, but truly for being you. So one, I would say this. This is like, I'm giving you the legit like playbook on how to do this because I've been talking on the TikTok live about some like really personal stuff. And normally I only share that stuff inside my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership. Like that's where we go real deep in there. I mean, we go deep on the dollars and the strategy, like right now for this week, I'm doing a live course that's for members only on taking you through, and you're going to actually do it in real time, on structuring, creating, and showcasing an offer, like from start to launch. And it's a live course happening every week live inside my Posse membership. So you want to get in on this. You can do the annual membership, which right now you get 2 months free with that, which, I mean, that's elite to be able to do that because that's $2.22 a day. So that's the most popular option. You get my Nail Your Niche Masterclass as well when you do that. And my content creation made easy course bundle. So you're getting a full content course, like with my emotional based sales techniques for free. You can't buy that separately. You can only get it in the Posse because I don't like it when people send their ideal clients, their audience on like some kind of rat race chase of, okay, I have this course. Now you have to buy this course. Now I have to buy that course. Probably I would even make more money if I did that with you guys, but I would rather have it simple and streamlined and all condensed. And aside from my like signature programs, every other masterclass, workshop, courses, manifestation experiences are all in the Posse. So you can go to projectmewithtiffany.com/Project Me Posse. You can swipe up. The direct link is in the show notes. It's also in the description here on YouTube on Project Me TV. There are not always new member spots open because in order for me to refer to this and give a true group coaching experience where you feel like seen and heard, like we notice that you're there, so you also have the accountability, I have to have this capped at an intimate size. So when you go to the page, if it says membership is closed, then we don't have any more new member spots for you at this time. So going into the content side of things, when you take a look at yourself and list your skills, things that you're passionate about. You might not be the best at it. I don't claim that I'm the most well-versed in manifestation of anyone in the world, but I have a unique perspective and I have a unique way of teaching law of attraction and manifestation and money mindset because I'm unique and I have created a unique spin on it where I teach more practical and active manifesting, whereas most people teach things on passive manifesting. And I'll talk about some of that too, right? So that's unique about me. But even if you're looking at, okay, I have this skill, but I know other people who are better at this skill. There's typically always going to be someone better, hotter, thinner, richer than you and more credentials than you. Like in every specialty, unless you've carved like a niche that no one's heard of, that's going to be the case. So I don't want you worrying about that. It's more of, I am made unique. You can't disagree with me on that, right? Just like you can't disagree under a microscope that each snowflake is different. So they might look the same in some cases on the outside, right? They might look similar, but under closer inspection, they are all greatly different. And so that is the same with you. You need to do a closer inspection at yourself. If you're wanting to make money off of having a personal brand, which you should do this. I don't care if you're 90, okay? Shout out our favorite grandma on TikTok who's 96 or 98. Okay. There are people cashing in who are the last people that you would think would have a thing. But because they're the last type of person you think would have this, like, you could say it factor, star quality that people would want to watch. And that's why people want to watch them, because it's fascinating. People who are different are fascinating. And if you're listening to this show, you're fucking different. And you know you are. You might shame yourself for being different. You might belittle yourself for being different, but we want to leverage your different. So write down all the shit that interests you, stuff that you know you're good at, stuff that you would actually want to talk about incessantly. Okay. Because that is the catch of the personal brand, is the sheer amount of content that you're going to have to create. And it's going to be fun. And you'll have periods where it's fun and it's a creative endeavor and it's exciting. And then you're going to have times, just like with anything else in life, where it feels heavy. You have writer's block, you're tired. It's the last thing you want to do. And that's just how it is. Okay. And then if you want to make sure you keep your brand intact, your ass has to show up anyway. All right. And that's no different than any form of success. You could be an Olympic swimmer and love swimming, breathe and drink swimming. You're going to still get burned out from swimming. And why you're also so good at swimming is because that's what you do all the time. So then you have to manage the burnout from it. So you're going to go through that list. I want you to walk away from this list. You can do it on a Post-it note, my favorite, preferably with multiple colored Sharpies, because I have problems with office supplies. As we know, I need a special 12-step program for them. And you're going to walk away, go do the laundry, go make something for dinner, walk a dog, take a shower, come back, and you're going to look at that list. And I want you to notice in your body, what words, like what things stand out to you the most in terms of your gifts, passions, talents, skills, etc. What stands out? And it's like, it gives you kind of a zing, like, damn, if I could just be paid by being me and sharing my intellectual property and doing that, that would be like a dream. Like, are you joking? Like, that'd be crazy. And like really being me, not where you have to like be your false self and wear a mask unless that's your thing. Okay. I mean, there are people selling farts in a jar on TikTok making a lot of money. Okay. Like you guys need to get it together. There are people who are eating crazy things on social media and people are watching it because they can't stop watching them, like eating, like, what is that, Chasing Canes or whatever, Crazy Canes, the chicken finger place in the US. And Racing Canes, what the hell is it called? Anyway, we don't have one here in LA, but people watch that with these people dipping these chicken fingers in different sauces. And these people are making coin off of all their videos getting watched from that. So don't be so serious about your list, like that it has to be something like really incredible, like, well, I'm highly intuitive and I can really help tap into people's energy. And you're like, oh, I can't put that. Like, who's going to pay for that? Like, people are going to think I'm a gypsy. Like, no, I want everything on the list. Like, one of my dear friends from high school, shout out Rachel, she was one of my first guests on the podcast. I need to have her back on because she's a great cook, but she picked banana bread and she has a business called She's Gone Bananas. It's in Dallas. And I mean, she's been in Nordstrom. She is always sold out. And she started it from scratch. And it's not like she has like a culinary degree. I think she went to school for like restaurant management or something like that. So just think about that. Don't avoid putting something on that list and judge it. If it comes to your mind, trust that it came up to your mind for a reason. Okay. So you walk away, you come back, and notice what gives you the tingles where you're like, okay. Then I do want you to be strategic, okay? Because, I'm not the person who's going to be like, and everything is energetics with an X and just tap into that energy. And that's all you have to do and sit back. And as long as you're aligned, everything will happen. I'm not this person, okay? We actually have to do things. You have to actively manifest. You have to take actions as though you know the thing you're wanting to create, the lifestyle you want, the thing you're wanting to manifest is without a doubt happening. And you have to take actions in that energy. Otherwise, it won't happen. That's in fact why it has not happened for you. Because maybe you're playing cheap with your business. Maybe you're going, well, I'll wait to join Tiffany's posse or wait to learn from Tiffany or wait to work with Tiffany privately. Once I get more clients, once I get the business going, once this, once that, that'd be like saying, I'm going to start my dream restaurant once I know I have customers. Like, what? I'm going to start a jewelry brand, but only once I have 100,000 followers. I'm going to start my helping people like lose weight or helping women through perimenopause, like once I have everything figured out in my life. Like, wait a second. That'll never happen. Like, it's the journey that people want to go on with you. That's what's so fun and fascinating, right? So for you to pay literally $3 a day to get me weekly live and group coaching, for me to walk you through the stuff step by step and all the other people in it, no one does this. This doesn't exist. You can go look at a bunch of different memberships. It doesn't exist. You don't get that at all because it's not about that. And I'm not trying to like shit on these people. They're not claiming you're going to get it. What I offer is not normal and it is egregiously underpriced. And I will be raising the prices soon because it's starting to not feel good. And that's what I also teach you guys and what I'll be teaching you in this live course inside the posse. That's actually, by the time this airs, we had our first module, but it doesn't matter because you get unlimited access to all the recordings. So module 2 of the live course is this week. So I would definitely make a point of getting in now, but you can always go back and you can still ask questions. Like my point is you're not going to be behind. If you haven't noticed, those of you OG listeners, and I would love your feedback and I can handle the honesty. I noticed when my show really, really blew up, like is skyrocketed. My show was like, it was always growing, but it was, it was kind of slow. All right. It was slow. And then it went bang and like took off. I'm talking worldwide shit. Okay. Like, thank God, finally. Right. And I noticed when that happened, I didn't realize it until recently. I felt pressure for the show to be like sound more professional or like higher quality, even though like the audio on my show has always been great. But I put so much pressure on myself and I was like, I need to make sure I'm like really delivering, like, because, gosh, now we have like so many people listening, like millions of people all over the world, and I started to take a lot of notes and do research for episodes. And I think what I did is I got away from the rawness of what I believe makes my podcast so special. And I'm not saying it's not still special and there's not that in there, but I'm talking like the messiness of it, where I don't remember what I'm saying, where I don't even know what I'm talking about, where I go off on more tangents. Let me know if you missed that. Cause I know, was it last week? Yeah, it was last Tuesday's episode. I got a lot of emails from you guys who are on our Secret Posse Weekly Digest email community. And then in my DMs on Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany, where you guys were like, that was my favorite episode in a long time. I loved how raw you were. It was like stream of consciousness. It was like we were talking on FaceTime. And I almost didn't publish the episode. I almost had my editor remove it because I thought it was too raw, not enough value, whatever. Isn't that crazy? And it's like the value is what I'm teaching in this damn episode about being paid to be you. That's on brand for me. So here's the next list you're going to make. The list does not have to be on a post-it note. Okay, they don't sponsor the show. If they did, that would be smart. It would be really good for them too, in fact. But whatever your process is of where you're writing this down is okay. You might write it on your bathroom mirror in a dry erase marker, whatever feels expansive and abundant to you. What's on brand for you? You know what people think about you, say about you, joke about you. What's on brand for you? And I don't just mean like the cute shit. Okay, don't go, well, I'm a good friend. Oh, well, I'm a loving mother. Okay, there's a lot of those. But that's not what I'm talking about. What is on brand? What is it that people go, oh my God, that's so Tiffany, that's so Felicia, that's so Talia, like where people know that's just you. Also, you got to kind of like brag on yourself during this list. So it's not like anyone else needs to see it. But like with me, I know my tone of my voice is unique because I've been told this and bullied for it my entire life. Keisha, chill. I'm live on TikTok while we're talking, and these people are great. I'm shocked some of you are still here hanging around listening to this. I love the people of TikTok, and I have to say this to validate all y'all listening. Instagram lately is giving like toxic Facebook vibes. Is it not? I mean, it is funny. It's almost like I feel the haters. Like I feel I need the evil eye. You know what I mean? I feel it on Instagram. I'm not saying you don't get hate comments and I see people get blasted on there, but like, especially in like the entrepreneur side, the spiritual talk side, the manifestation talk side, it is so supportive. I mean, I go on people's lives and I tip them. Other people do too. We donate to people's causes. I'm talking like randos. I don't have to even know you for a long time. I mean, I have to know you're not like a scam, but I just want to validate you and say that. Like, if you're wondering why you feel heavy around that app, there is some heavy energy around that app right now. Now, I also teach you guys, though, that we're living here, okay? We're in the matrix. We have to play the game. I'm not saying you have to be on all the platforms, but in my case, I do have a built up platform there. My ideal client is there. So I do have to play the game, but it does feel like I'm playing a game there, which I don't like because it makes me feel controlled, which is the opposite of my entire core personality of zero fucks given. That's on brand for me. Don't trap me. Don't control me. That's why I'm all about freedom. I love cash. I love nice shit. Okay. I like flying first class. I like 5-star hotels. I like being served. Okay. I like all of these things. But it's really about don't trap me, don't control me, don't silence me, because that was my entire childhood and my life in corporate. And I refuse to participate, and it's not happening. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching you how to monetize your gift, skills, passions, and talents online so you don't have to depend on someone else's time schedule, someone else's opinion, someone telling you what to do, if you should be married to that person or not, be with that person or not, not be able to take the trip, get the avocado, fuck that. But you want that, you need to follow this. I am telling you exactly how to break it down. So you already have that list. What else is on brand for you? You are someone who you tell it like it is, right? I'm straight up. I give you the sauce, man. I don't even give you tea, honestly. Tea is boring. Tea actually tastes like shit, most teas. I give you the sauce. There's depth, there's flavor, there's some spice. And I also tell you like, hey, like there's certain things I don't know about. I'm not going to pretend to know something. I also am not going to like say some shit just to sell you, right? And people know that. A big part of my brand is integrity. People know that if I'm sharing a product, if I'm talking about a service, mine or someone else's, like I'll let you know if I can vouch for something or not, or if I'm experimenting with something and I don't know yet. That's one of the other benefits of being in my Posse membership, is that anything, we do a lot of testing and experimentation here, which sometimes costs a lot of money and you don't make it back. And then I share with you guys, okay, this works, this doesn't. Do this, not that. And now you're cutting out all of this time and trial and error and expense on your part of trying different things that I can tell you work or don't work. And now you're getting to your bag faster. Okay, so write down all the stuff that make you you. from how you eat. How are you an introvert? Are you a homebody? Are you someone who like barely ever talks? Are you someone who can't stop talking? You know, what are the different things about you? What's on brand for your look and your vibe? So now I want you to pretend that you're designing like a boutique or like a lobby of a hotel, and it's like off your brand, like the name of the store, the name of the hotel or whatever is your name, you know, like the Tiffany Carter, like lobby of a hotel. I mean, those of you who know the brand, you know, it's purple. I'd probably make like an edgy, like darker purple vibe. There would probably be like, you know, like that cool antique copper that's like a whole thing. Everything would be like luxe as fuck. And there would be like lots of different textures. Like there would, you know, like the fuzzy chairs and stuff like that. So it'd also be comfy and it'd be cozy because I'd want you to stay a while, but you'd feel like fucking rich from being in there. Like you would get like signature, whether they're alcoholic or non-alcoholic, like coffee drinks, cocktails, and they'd be like from a mixologist, and nothing would be basic about them. It'd be like, holy shit, like the shit may not be cheap, but it's also fair and reasonable because the environment is so great. I feel so good. I feel so tended to and seen. And this is the best customer fucking service, and the products are amazing. So, like, no, it's not cheap, but like, she could also get away with charging like triple that. And she's not. So, that's pretty solid of her. That's my brand. You see how I did that? And so, go to, you know, at Project Me with Tiffany on Instagram, on TikTok, like, go to Project Me TV on YouTube. You will see right now you're looking at my brand, you're like, oh, that's, you know, you binge some of my stuff. And even on here, it's like, yes, that is how I feel. That's how I feel in your programs. That's how I feel in your posse. That's why I want to stay. That's why, and get this, 82% of people who buy from me are repeat buyers. Okay, you can stick that shit into ChatGPT. That is not at all common. And why? Because I have made it such a way. I have built it this way. I teach you to build it this way. So now people aren't just buying one thing, they're coming to my live events. They're in my posse membership. They're applying to work with me for my 2-month private business coaching program, which those applications are about to close. And I'm going to be like gallivanting around the summer. Okay. So like you want the holy grail to get there the fastest to work with me at the highest level. That's it. You can swipe up. The application link is in the show notes. It's in the description on YouTube as well. So now you have all these things listed. You can even make a Pinterest board of all the things that would be in the coffee shop, or maybe you want to do a clothing store or be in the lobby of a hotel. Have fun with it. Get creative. If we're not having fun, what's the fucking point of doing any of this? Not that it's fun all the time, okay? There's going to be some hard times. You're going to get tested, but still, the personal brand has to be like obnoxiously you. It screams you. You can't have it be like kind of light, like a hint of you, or even 50% you. It won't catch. I compare it to like when performers are on stage for a giant concert. If you saw them in person, they look crazy. They look like a clown. That's how extreme the makeup has to be for people in the back of the house, meaning like the people in the nosebleeder seats, to be able to see the facial expressions and connect with the performer. So you have to be like, put a magnifying glass on your personality. And that doesn't mean you act like someone you're not. You're just making it obnoxiously clear. You have to just show up. You can't be the watered down version of yourself. You have to be the condensed version of yourself for it to connect with people. And now you show up that way by design. Okay. This is strategic. Everything you see that I do is deliberate and strategic. Not to say there aren't random moments, but even those random moments, those are on brand for me because that's how my brain works. So that's technically on, everything gets to be on brand as long as you're really showing up as you. So even when you mess up, or even if you're shy, or even if you're like not super well spoken, even if you aren't glammed up all the time, and most of the time you're wearing a hoodie and unwashed hair, okay? Like, I don't have to go and be anything other than I am because this is who I am and it's on brand and I get paid for being me. And that's the third thing. I need you to set up a true thing that you say to yourself on repeat. Okay, an affirmation, a manifestation. I get paid for being me. I get highly paid for being me. I get highly paid for being me, and I get to help millions of people doing it. I get highly paid for being me, and people delight in it. Come up with something that simple and keep reminding yourself people get paid for being them all the time. Technically, you're getting paid for being you right now. I don't give a shit if you're working in a Starbucks. Okay. That was one of my first jobs and I was pretty fucking good at it. And there's a lot of baristas at Starbucks, but there was none like Tiffany. There was none like good old Tiff, or like a lot of my rich clients who I sucked up to for tips would call me TLC because those are my initials. Tender loving care, baby. So they'd be like, TLC, hey, how's it going? And they kind of give me the look to see if I pre-made their drink because these guys were like stockbroker guys. So they'd come in, they want their coffee. Of course, they're in a hurry. And I started making sure I memorized the drinks of like these customers that came in all the time. And I'd have that shit ready. So all they had to do to pay, but that drink was ready. This was obviously before like mobile apps and shit. Think about that. I mean, I was a mobile app. And I made myself indispensable. And in fact, I was solely responsible for that store having a 20% increase in repeat customers. And it was tied to the shifts I was working because they look at all those numbers. Now, did I get a damn thing for it? I did. I got these. They used to give these coupons at Starbucks. See, I'm going off on a tangent here that I'm sure none of you care about, but you're going to hear about it anyway. They used to have these paper coupons, which I'm sure people started counterfeiting, so they had to get rid of it, where if they fucked up a drink, this drink's on us, or if you bought one of their like tumbler mugs, like a to-go mug, there was one that would come in it, which they still should do because that would make people buy even more of those, but whatever, maybe they don't have to. Maybe their brand is so strong right now from all what they've built that they actually don't have to. You'll buy it anyway. So I got booklets of these. Let me tell you, I leveraged those fucking this drinks on us in college. Okay. I had got lots of favors pulled. I had an endless supply. Like I took many people from my dorm to get coffees, and you're in college and you're broke and you're getting like a fucking triple shot mocha situation. Like that's impressive. You know what I mean? So that's what I got for it. But I was getting paid for being me. That was me. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was working for someone else, but I came up with that. Not that other people weren't like having the drinks ready, but like I took that initiative at the store that I was at. And then I realized the guys who really needed it that quickly and valued that. And then they rewarded me by tipping me. And it was a great exchange. And then they felt important. And I was also very attractive. Not that I'm not somewhat attractive now, but like I was hot. I don't know if I'm hot now. I want to think I'm hot sometimes. And then other times I'm like, I look like a Sasquatch. Like, but I also think that's like the delusion when you're a teenager that like you really are truly delusional and narcissistic a little bit. I mean, I walked around thinking I was like so hot. And if I look back at some of these outfits, I was like, this was not attractive. So you are paid for being you because you interviewed for your job and got hired for your job. So they didn't just hire you because, oh, this person checks a box. They also hired you because they hired you over someone else because you could do something. So I want you to really consider that you've already been paid at some point in your life for truly being you. It's how you present yourself and your unique perspective and how you handle different situations. We just need to be more strategic about it with certain actions and be deliberate and intentional with it and creative. And you can make anyone a fucking star, baby. Anyone. Go peruse old TikTok. And you will see if you catch on the wild side of TikTok, there's some shit, man. So you're like, I'm blown away that this person is making this much money. I mean, I love my ASMR girlies. They're making weird random noises and we're watching for hours and tipping them. And I'm one of them. It's an art. I'm impressed. There's a girl on there. She holds space for people, energetic space, does it so beautifully, makes her entire living off holding space. I don't know if anyone's seen the gay guy who literally he crochets, and all I see him is crocheting, but it's like stuff that like it's kind of gaudy, and it's like 70s gaudy, like Three's Company style. Anyone who watched those that show or the reruns when you were homesick from school, but it's so eye-catching and it's so unapologetically him, you can't stop watching. I could keep going. There's people that they're basic as fuck. They are vanilla as vanilla gets, okay? They're not even vanilla icing. They're vanilla sponge cake, but they own the fact that they're a basic ass, stay-at-home mom, attractive, blonde white woman who's slender. And they make a lot of money off it because that's who they are. And nothing's wrong with that. They're a basic ass. They're a basic bitch. That's okay. There's a lot of basic bitches who make a lot of money. I am not a basic bitch. I am not vanilla. I don't want to be vanilla. I don't even eat vanilla ice cream. Okay. I need a crunch. I need some sauce. I need some sprinkles. I need something else happening in there. So I get to do that and I get to make money at that. And like attracts like. And my people who like that like me. And the basic bitches who like the basic bitch, they're a basic bitch. And that's okay. I actually have never seen one basic bitch enrolled in any of my programs in the posse or my like mastermind event, private coaching. I don't think I've ever coached one. And even if I thought someone could be one, then they hit me with a wild zinger where they are not. They're like actually like the least basic, but they might like kind of have a basic look about them, you know, because that like attracts like. But if you go and look at like, think of even when you go to a concert, okay, and you're seeing a recording artist. If you look at the audience, most of the people in the audience represent a version of the personal brand of the recording artist. The Taylor Swift crowd versus a Beyonce crowd. This is a terrible example, but like you're looking at a Justin Bieber concert versus a Kanye concert, right? It's like attracts like, right? People love familiarity. I get you. You get me. You understand me. You're like me. You're similar to me. Even though I know we're very different or we're in different paths in lives or different parts of the journey, I see you and you see me. And that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to attract people that aren't your people, but the only way you're going to attract your people successfully and have them pay you is by doing this part. And it's like, how do I know what to sell, Tiffany? And that's what I'm going to cap off this episode with, because I'm going to do an in-depth masterclass inside my Posse membership on this, because that's going to be an important part to this live course we're doing in there on structuring your first offer. Because to structure an offer without understanding your brand, then you could create an offer that's not on brand, or it's only half on brand because you created it because you think that's what people will buy. That's why I hate when I hear you guys like, and I'm not against network marketing or affiliate marketing or master resell rights. Like, I'm not against it. I just don't like seeing it when you guys buy into something because you think it'll make money versus it making sense for your brand. If it doesn't make sense for your brand, if it wouldn't go in your boutique, if it wouldn't go in the lobby of your hotel, you cannot have it. You're not doing it. I wouldn't even want you being an affiliate for my program if that was not on brand for you and you didn't make sense. Wouldn't sell anyway, you know, wouldn't work anyway. So what do you sell? Well, it's not just one thing. We get to have multiple income streams. That's why having a personal brand is perfect for the multi-passionate, for the ADHD entrepreneur, the empath, all you wackadoos, my fellow crazies, okay? Because you're not trapped or pigeonholed into one thing. But you do need to just focus on one income stream at a time. Maybe your thing is, I want to do a TikTok shop, but I can't have it because I don't have enough followers. Okay, well, sell something else until you have enough followers. What are you going to sell? What marries together in your sauce, okay? Your secret sauce. A skill, a talent, experience that you feel your ideal client would value, that makes sense and is on brand for you, that you can speak incessantly about. And then what could your offer be, right? You can have an offer that is, when you start, they can have single sessions with you. You can do consulting sessions. You can create swag. You could create a digital course. You could have a workbook. It really is that simple. You guys complicate it. And part of why it feels complicated is because you have not taken the time to sit there and really dissect and get clear on the brand. The brand already exists. It's you. And you're the one who knows your brand the best because it's you. But it's also the hardest to see because it's you. It's the hardest thing to sell and package and lay out the messaging for because you're too close to it. Typically, you need someone like me to help pull that out of you, right? And be able to reflect it back to you. And then you can be off to the races because it's kind of like writing your own bio. Even sometimes writing your own resume can be hard because it can feel braggy, or you kind of undersell yourself because you get in your head. So you definitely should not be doing this activity fully on your own. You have to give yourself permission when you're doing the list, like in the exercises I've told you in here. Just be the most like audacious extra version of yourself when you're doing this exercise. Like you're already like famous. People are already obsessed with you. And go with it with that energy because that's when you're going to get the most out of it. But first, take these steps because when you get really clear on that personal brand, now you've put out to the universe what you're doing. Now you're really focused on it. You've trained your internal algorithm to be focused in on it. So now you're going to start getting ideas. Now you're going to start going, oh, I could do this. Oh, that was really helpful. I've helped a few friends do this. So that's going to help them with this. Oh, I've helped this with people before. Maybe you already have a business, you already have a brand, but it feels stale to you or you feel kind of trapped in it and you want to expand from there. Brand expansion is a real thing. Think of any department store, any major brand. Do you think Nike had a gazillion different categories when it started? It did not. I mean, you can look it up. I'm guessing they started with Nike shoes. They might not have. They might have started with jerseys. Now they have yoga mats. Now, they didn't have all these different divisions. They expanded their brand over time. So it's likely time for you to expand your brand if you're bored with your brand, or it's that you haven't really gotten intentional of seeing yourself as a brand. All of these celebrities that were mentioned in this episode, they're seen as brands. Each influencer, they have a meeting with their brand team. You are seen as an entity. You are a product. You are what we're marketing. You are the damn phone, you're the lip gloss, you're the purse, you're the brand. So you have to kind of mind fuck yourself and step outside of yourself and look at yourself as a brand, all right? If you're branding and you are doing brand partnerships and coming up with ad campaigns and press for a Taylor Swift, that'd be a very different campaign than for Rihanna. Not because one's white and one's black, just totally different genres that they're in, ideal clients that they go after, right? Like, so I need you to look at what would be your thing. What brands would you partner with? What would you be known for? What TV shows would you go on? What podcasts would you be a great fit for? Where would your book be if you wrote a book? Where would it be in Barnes and Noble? And really take a look at that. Are you someone who, based on your personality and based on your skills, are you someone who's going to do a lot more live teaching of things or live showcasing of things? Are you someone who does like more written form, more video form, more pre-recorded form? And sometimes you need to test things out to see what feels good. Someone wrote on TikTok, I need a brand awakening. I'm writing that down. Yeah, you do. Maybe that's what I will call my program that I'm going to do in the posse on this is it's your brand awakening because it already exists within you. We just need to emit it out of you. We need to channel it out of you and you channel it. There's going to be some cash on the other side and you blow this off. Every week you blow this off, you are losing thousands and thousands of dollars. I know how much these people are making online. It's because I'm also making it online. But I'm saying even people starting from scratch, even if, let's say, in 4 weeks from now, you're making an additional $250 a week, that's an additional $1,000 a month. Why wouldn't you want that? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, that's like nothing. And then imagine being where I'm at, where I'm going 100,000 to 400,000 a month. I mean, insanity. That's wild. Like, if that's crazy. I thought I was rich when I was in corporate and I hit $100,000 for my base salary. I literally thought I was a rock star and I went and bought a 3 Series hardtop convertible, like rolled it off the showroom floor. like with a custom color, and totally overpaid for it because I literally thought I was a celebrity, and then rolled up to the clubs in LA with the top down of the convertible with my friends in the back. And like, I thought I was a baller. And I'm not saying $100,000 a year isn't a nice amount of money. I mean, percentage wise, you look at the percentage of people that make that, it's like very low. But what is so amazing is the equalizing opportunity of having a personal brand online and leveraging that. And you do it, pair it with strategy with someone like who knows like the ingredients that need to go in the sauce. It's just that your ingredients are different than mine. There is no way you're not going to make coin. Like literally, it would be impossible. Now is the time to do it. And you can go to listen to the episode from last Tuesday if you want to hear all the stats and facts. And these are 2025 stats and facts. So you can't be telling yourself, oh, it's different now because the economy and blah, 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 blah. I built my first business during a true economic crash. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I've been around a long time. Go listen to that other episode because those stats and facts are true fire. Now, I also share in there how buying behavior has changed. So sales are up by 3% online. So people are absolutely buying. In fact, more people are buying this year than last year. But how they buy is different. But it's how I've been teaching you how to market, showcase, and share and sell your services and products this entire time. That's why I'm not worried. I'm okay. I'm more than okay because I've already been selling this way through emotion, through building trust, through connection with true connection with the people, not transactional. And how you really, really fire up that sauce is by having a personal brand that makes you stand out and it makes you memorable. Because if they don't remember you, they can't buy from you. And if you don't stand out, you don't come to the top of your mind. And if you do those things, plus people connect with you, then they have intimacy, then they have trust, and people only buy when they have trust. And trust is earned. But if you're listening to this show, my guess is that you're a trustworthy person who appreciates no bullshit, or you really wouldn't like me. You'd be listening to one of those basic bitches, okay? All right, wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Remember, go to projectmewithtiffany.com/projectme posse before the new member spots are completely gone in there. I'm excited to see you in our members only exclusive live course inside the posse. And I will see you live this Friday if you're going to be in there.